Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and in this day we're going to show you what we got. We got some new additions to the Bison family, and now it makes 7 in the family. We got some baby chickens, guys. Went today and got the chickens. Got the feeder, got the waterer. Now they're only temporary. I'm going to be planning on building a trough for them and probably get a bigger water bottle. But right now we're going to have to keep them in here for the next 8 weeks. Then once we get past 8 weeks, we can go ahead and move them out to the chicken coop. But right now I've just got a light here on top of this screen, and it keeps them pretty warm. Not too warm, but my favorite one's the gray one. I was supposed to get 2 gray ones, but they only had 1 left. That one is a it was called, they had it abbreviated P Blue, and I don't know what the other 2 or the other 5 are. 3 of the 5 are multi-purpose birds, and the other 2 are just regular, I guess, black ones. But I don't know yet until we get to that point. So let's go out here and look at the home that I am trying to build for them. And that's way back there. I'm gonna get my tripod and we'll be back. Alright, see how fast that was? Bushes are starting to come out and bloom. They're looking pretty nice. And we got us a little bumblebee right there, doing his job, aggravating. I already see him running around the eave of my front porch, and they are aggravating. So I got to get my traps built for those to catch them big carpenter bees that keeps boring holes in my roof. So they ain't really doing a whole lot to this today. I did a little bit of cardboard today, and I went up in the woods and cut me some roosting rails. And I haven't cut them to length yet. I gotta wait until the inside's done. But we got a nice little chicken coop here. And it's been years since it's seen a chicken. But we're gonna try to make this a chicken home again, and it's got its issues. I got to underpin the front of it, and I got to underpin the side of it, and I'm hoping I have enough tin here between all of it to work. Those pieces there I can't do nothing with because they are going to be dedicated. These 3 pieces and this piece right here is dedicated for the cellar house. I gotta put a new or put a wall, cover the wall on the back side because it's wood. But we got a piece of OSB, it's got a hole in it, so I gotta fix that. So because that is thinner than these boards, I can get away with using one of these 3/4 inch, and they're junk, but I'm hoping I can get enough out of this to fix just that spot right there. So then on the inside I got to put a 2x4 going across here on the inside to even them back out, because see, this one's out, this one's in, that one looks about straight, these 2 are off. So all that's got to be straightened up. Then I plan to take this 2x4, which is the only 2x4 I got, and I'm going to nail it or screw it starting here right underneath, probably about 6 inches below the access door to fresh air. This door here folds up and hinges, so I'm going to put this 2x4 here across all these, and that's going to straighten all these up too, because they don't have any braces on the inside. They have a brace from here to here on both the top and the bottom of the window. And then I got to go up there and put boards in there to keep critters. Squirrels go in there, and I don't want no squirrels going in there messing with my chickens. I see a board up there I got to fix. How the hell did that get out like that? I don't remember seeing that. All right, let's go inside here. It's dark in here, so I'll have to get some light in here. I put barrel bolts on that, and I've got a wire here that goes up and hooks right there. And then I'm going to add another one just like that on this side, so that in the summertime I can open these up. I can feel it's like a wind tunnel here. If I had that open, it would just whip through here and take all the smell out of here. So I'm getting ahead of myself, to be honest with you. First of all, I've got a wasp nest there in that corner I found earlier, and I haven't been in here to get rid of it. I'll wait until tonight to get rid of it. But I got this roofing membrane for camper roofs, what they use to patch camper roofs. And depending on whether or not I have enough tin to do what I want to do, I can't do nothing to the back wall. I don't want to do nothing to the back wall because there's really nothing wrong with it. Now eventually I'll find some more tin and do it. But what I'm thinking about doing is I've taken cardboard to start with just to cover all these cracks and try to keep some of the air from coming in here. I mean, you're not going to get it all, but I can get close. And when I underpin it, that'll close the floor, and so a lot of cold air won't be coming up through there. Not to mention, I'm going to put straw down on the floor for them. I don't know if that's a good idea or if it's a bad idea. Because of the seeds in it, I don't know if the chickens can digest that. So, but we're going to finish doing all this cardboard. I've gotten from there all the way around to behind you guys. I've got from here to here, and then I'm just going to cover this piece of board with that piece of plywood out there on the outside. And then I'm going to take all this wavy tin that's got the waves, and I'm going to line this whole wall all the way up to here, and then I'll have to evaluate how much tin I got left, because I still got to do underneath the nesting area. So I want to do, if I can get away with it, I want to do tin underneath the benches all the way around to here and on the top, and eventually the back wall also. If I don't have enough tin, then another thing I can do is I can take this stuff and cover this wall with this membrane with staples. So that'll, I can do that from the bottom of the nesting bed all the way up to the ceiling, just on the top where the chickens will be up against. So if it got dirty, I could just clean it with a rag. So this is like a rubber, hard rubber, flexible, I guess. And I can choose, well, no, it's only got one color. I had some black. I don't know whatever happened to it. I still got a roll of it somewhere. It's black on one side and yellow on the other side. But I think if I was able to use this, if I don't have enough tin, then I can take this and just coat that and finish it off. I'm almost certain I have enough to do down there in this area, right? This wall and the front wall. Well, basically I'm gonna be doing the whole wall, but not the top half on that side over there. So basically all that down there will get done with tin after I put cardboard on it to kind of insulate it a little bit. I've also got a door here with a barrel bolt on it that I can just lift that up. And then I got a 3D print me a latch to put here, so that can be latched up out of the way. And I want to put something on this floor. I don't want the chickens running around on this hard floor shitting all over it. Tell me what you think, guys. This is my first time raising, well, second time. First time I wasn't very serious about it. And I gave them away. But that was when I was probably 20 years old. I'm 58 now. But then, once I've got the inside of this done, then I can come out here, and I know y'all probably seen that screen. Damn, y'all hear that? My landlord gave me this. He had it up there in the woods for a, he was using it to make a blind. And that piece right there has got to be at least 5 to 6 feet long. So, and it's a pretty big roll. This is going to be enough to, I want to build a enclosure, or a outdoor enclosure. So let me put you down here and I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. This board here is going to serve a purpose out here. That's why I'm putting it on the outside and not the inside, because I want to be able to rest a roof truss across them to the beams that I'm going to be putting and the corner posts that I'm going to be putting in. We're going to try to do it out of nothing but logs. This is the only thing that's not going to be a log, but I'm thinking of doing just a log frame, and I hope I can do that okay. Basically, I want to come out 8 foot, and then the whole width of the chicken coop. So once I've got it up to however high I'm going to have this, then I'll come down 6 inches and let it taper down. And then we'll put roof trusses. Well, we can cut another log and go from here to the corner of the post. Same thing on that end. And then we can run one from there over to the other one. Then we have to run us a couple down the middle, maybe 2. And then once we've got the frame up there, I'd have to cut those logs in half and make it a half moon. That way I can lay it flat on there, screw it down all the way across. So it'll be like that instead of like that. So then I can just staple this right to the round edges because we're going to do it in a whole enclosed. I think I have enough here to do a fully enclosed roof and sides and replace this wire with that, and that would look a whole lot nicer, and then put another one on the back side, same size as this one. Maybe the same size. I don't know if there's enough room back there to put the same size. Might have to put a smaller one in. But that's simple as getting a piece of a couple boards and make it. But I want to enclose the bottom simply because I just don't want them going underneath there. I don't want them getting hurt. I don't want them laying eggs underneath there. So I think it's best for me to just enclose that, and then they'll have probably an 8 by, I would say 12, maybe 10. That might be a 10-foot door. I hear somebody holler. Or is that a goat? Neighbor up the hill there's got goats. Yep, that's what it is. Alright, so this is going to be our enclosure material. So it's basically going to be like a screened in porch. So I have to make some access holes so I can put food in there. I'm going to be putting a door in the front. So basically we'll be coming out to about right here, about 8 feet. If that's 8 foot. And I'm going to put 2 braces here and a door frame and everything in. So, and it'll be covered with that screen also. That way I can get in there if I want to. I want to make this a nice one. It deserves some attention. It's been a long time since it's had any attention. I just put a roof on it last year, and it's getting fixed back up. I've got 3 of those pieces like this, but my God, look at all the staples in this thing, man. I gotta drive all them things out or just cut them off. I'd rather drive them out. But look how many of them there are, man. These people were staple happy, man. Those ain't supposed to be but maybe every 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches. They got them every 2 inches. All the way down, all the way around it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows, 2 inches apart. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna bring the grinder out here and grind them down flat, and we'll pound them in from the other side, get them all the way in, and then grind them off, and then I'll use the Sawzall to cut a window. I also have a window I want to put right there. So that's going to help me when I put that thicker piece of plywood up against this, screw it up to it, then I can just take and cut my window out right here. So that's the plan anyway. I don't know if the window's going to be there or if it's going to be on this side. Probably that side, because that needs work. So I'll just work on it and put the window in at the same time. So the only questionable thing that I have, I thought the straw would be a better material for them to walk on, but I was informed that the chicks, I don't know if it's just because they're chicks or if later on they'll be okay with the seeds. Something to do with they can't grind it up or something. But I'm learning. I'm a professional now. I've been watching YouTube. If you watch YouTube, you're a professional. If you have a YouTube channel and you put video up, you're just a know-it-all, like me. But I think that stuff will work good for cleaning around behind the chicken or the nest. I don't know if I showed you all that. I've already got some of them filled up. Like I said, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I got 1, 2, 3, one big one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then we're going to come over here, if I ain't making y'all too dizzy. I hope that door don't slam shut on me. Wind's been blowing hard today. Every time you try to do anything, something blows in your eye. So I said, to hell with that, I'm just going to do a video showing everybody what I'm doing. Over here, I'm not sure how I want to do this. I'm thinking I want to put the trough right up against this wall. And it's only going to be about, I don't know, 4 foot long maybe. Just a V-shaped trough put in here. And that'll be for the feed. And then I'll get a waterer to hang from the ceiling. Preferably I want to get a heated one for wintertime, because I think I'm going to have to run electricity out here anyway, because I'm going to have lights if I need to come out here in the dark. So we got our ramp going up through there, but I'm trying to think if I wanted to change that up. The way it is right now, the chicken would have to walk up here, and let's say that's his favorite nest right there. He's going to have to walk over 3 other chickens or 4 other chickens to get there. So what I'm thinking is maybe I should make a platform right here big, wide enough for them to walk on, and make that go all the way around here, and then move this to the edge of that. That way they can get up here and go in whichever one they want. And I was wondering if maybe I shouldn't divide these so they can't see each other. I don't know if that's a helping thing or if it's a thing that matters. Seems like I wouldn't want somebody watching me poop out a big old frickin' egg. I'd be embarrassed. So maybe they are safe. But anyway, we're chugging along on this thing. I took the board from the door build on the side-by-side that I did for my landlord, and it's still got the cutout where I cut out the door, but I just slapped it down there. There's a hole right here in one of them boards. I just slapped that down there and screwed it down, and I think I'll be done with that. But if I put the window in this part right here, because I'd like to have a window here facing out that field, and if I put the window here, that means I'm going to have to cut out some of these boards. Well, those boards can also be transferred down here to fix that. So this here plywood is just temporary. And we've got a board right here that we need to fix. It's still solid, but it needs to be something new there. I mean, it's still hard. It's not twisting on me, so it's still holding something. But you can see how weak it's gotten. It's gotten wet. This is where it leaked and got wet, and the floor got wet, and that's why there's a hole right there. So that's why I put a roof on it. I didn't even know that was happening, because I never did come back here ever. You know, it's just too far from the house. Now I got an excuse to come here. But I've chased squirrels out of here so many times it ain't funny. So we got to go in and we got to seal all that up right there, so that the squirrels can't get in here and mess with my chickens. I was wanting to get some Rhode Island Reds. I wanted to get 2 Rhode Island Reds, 2 of the Pacific Blue, and there was 2 others that were multi use chickens. So when I went to go get the Rhode Island Red, they had a sign on it, sold. All of them were sold. So apparently they were those were orders, and all the orders pretty much took them up. So there wasn't no point in showing them. I don't even know why they bothered showing them. It's just teasing people. But yeah, I'd like to know about the straw, if that's okay to use as a bedding or a floor covering, so that when after so long, it shouldn't be no different than taking and cleaning out a horse stall. You take it out, put new in, and the floor will stay nicer. It's got buildup of old chicken crap right there. So I've got to go in through here, and I want to scrape all that off there and get all that out of here since it's old, and clean all that stuff up with a scraper, and might even run a water hose back here and spray her down before I put the straw in. Of course, that's probably too late, because if I spray anywhere near here, I get water in them nests. But 2 questions: is that straw okay, and should I put dividers in here? If I put dividers in here, I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell I'm gonna use for dividers. I would like to divide them. I don't know yet. I do believe I'm going to make the walkway going, or the catwalk for them. And then I'm going to put another one of these outside that door going outside. Oh, I think I cracked my foot, guys. But these here, well, let me get my boards here so I can show you. I got indigestion real bad or something. What I did, I made, if I can get them apart, I made these blocks, 2 of them. And what I'm gonna do, I've already cut this side off square. So I'm going to take and screw that on the end of that, right in the center of this board, on both sides. Once I get the walls done, I can't cut these down until I get the walls done. And once I get the walls done, and I have my final dimension of how far apart they are, because once I add the 10, it's going to change. And once I straighten those boards right there in that one area, that's going to change. So we're going to straighten all this up and get them parallel with each other, and we're going to put those, we'll just screw it right here and then on that side, and then we'll come down at a 45-degree angle in front of it. Probably put one here, put one here, and maybe put one down here. So that'll be a tier, or a angled roost. I mean, I could take and put one across here, or down low here somewhere, or up high, or maybe even over here. I could put one over here in the catty-cornered position. I don't know. Depends on what I feel like when I get to that point. But these here are for the long ones that goes across there. I don't know how that's going to work with this. I might have to catty corner all of them, because I can't go past this door. Well, maybe I can. I can probably put it right here. Put one of them runs right here, and then just step up from there. Yeah, that might work, but I want to be able to get to it without having to go around a bunch of stuff. So I don't see any reason why I can't get to that to be able to lift that up and pin it. So I'd have to be at least above this. So I'll probably have to dig a trench all the way around and bury the wire or the screen. And this is pretty heavy duty screen, guys. I'm actually impressed at how tough it is, because we yanked on this thing with, he had it nailed to the tree using it for a blind, deer blind, and we yanked on it and never did break the plastic. It pulled the nail out. So that's pretty tough stuff. I don't know what it's used for, what it's actually made for. I would imagine it's probably something to do with state road. So if I bury that, you know, make a trench all the way where my wall's going to be, then I could bury that about 6 inches. That way nothing can dig under it. Of course, big old animal, if they want my chickens, they could probably tear it all to pieces. But they're not going to be out at nighttime. They'll be out here in the daytime. I'm debating on whether I want to make them free range, or just depends on how it goes. But for starting with, once I get them moved over here into the coop on the 28th of next month, 28th of next month, I went and added it up. 8 weeks is the 28th of next month. So when I move them over here, I'm not going to let them be free range for a couple weeks. I want them to get used to that being their home, and this being their play area, or their foraging area, or scrap eating area. Because I'm not putting scraps in the building. I'll put them on the ground out here. So I do have some other wire that it's possible I can cut it down. It's not long enough to really go all the way around it, but if I cut it down to half, let's see this wire right here. If I take and cut that half in two the whole way, and then run that down into the ground with the plastic, that way the bottom of it will be metal. I don't know, I might be overthinking things. I'm just trying to keep them safe, guys, from foxes, and we do have foxes here. I've had to put down a few of them. Once they get too many of them, time for them to be thinned out. But that's our plans, guys. I got a lot of work to do yet, but I got 2 months to do it. And I keep pointing you guys up in the air. I'm not paying attention to the camera for some reason. But I think those will look nice right there as roosting poles. I think I need to get one more though. But I got to go out and find some posts, probably up there in the field somewhere, maybe even right here. I got to find some that's big enough around to use as my corner post, and any places I need to put another post in. So I'm probably going to have to put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 4 is the door frame. 5, 6. So I need 6 of them, because this part's going to attach to the building. I don't know how I'm going to attach it down here, because I can't attach it to the cinder blocks. I may have to put a board down this to get something to screw to. I don't know. So Then I just stretch that stuff on top of it, man. I think it'll work. It's a little more dense than I wanted. I wanted to be a little opener than that, but how the hell can you bitch about free, guys? He gave that to me. Well, I gave it to himself because I ain't taking it with me if I ever leave. So he gave it to himself. Damn him. I have to get on him about that. I just realized I just got took. Made me feel like he was doing me a favor when he was really doing himself a favor. Anyway, guys, I think it'll work out. It's got its issues. We got other tin here we can work with too. We might have to use this somewhere else. Who knows? I forgot about that actually. And I forgot about that piece. That belongs over there. So, anyway, I hope you guys got something out of this, or at least enjoyed watching me ramble on about a chicken coop and some chickens. So, next one we'll try to do some work, if I'm able. I dropped my damn battery charger on my foot day before yesterday, man. And I've been limping half the day anyway. Just depends on how I'm moving. If I try to go down steps, I can't bend that foot. But it feels like I cracked something. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later. Say goodbye, guys.